we go. All right, she's up and running. And let's roll.
Okay.
Okay, let's see here.
So, which hypothesis involves equality? That's the null hypothesis.
Nope.
Sorry, I'm just pulling up the.
Yeah.
Is the probability of obtaining samples is at least as extreme as the one that was actually observed?
I feel like these quizzes keep getting longer.
Which worries me.
Nothing of note. The court's list of inmates is practically non-existent.
Okay, sorry. Okay, I'm here now. All right. So where are we at? Just the number 4?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it the null hypothesis again?
I'm pretty sure.
When computing the p-value.
Yeah, because you're comparing it to, you're trying to find out how extreme it is compared to what it
Compared to
usually
the null
is.
hypothesis.
Yeah.
Oh wait, hold on a sec. No, it says right here, 4.3.2 on the textbook. The p-value is determined using the alternative hypothesis.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's alternative.
Well, it doesn't say which one it uses. That's which one does it assume to be true?
Oh yeah, sorry, you're right. You're right. It probably is then the null hypothesis is what's assumed to be true, and then the p-value is determined using the alternative hypothesis.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, sorry, but maybe that'll come useful later on.
Suppose a null hypothesis that uses machines. Which of the following represents alternative hypothesis for two-tailed test?
Two-tailed.
It's the
That
one
would
with
be-
the equal with the slash.
Yeah, does not equal.
Right.
Okay. The following represents the alternative hypothesis for a left-tailed test. That would be view as less
Greater
than.
than or less than?
I thought it was less than, but I can double check here. It says left-tailed is either equal to or less than the number.
What section in the textbook is that in?
That's 4.3.2, relationship to the alternative hypothesis.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Hey!
Hey. Okay, where are we?
Well, we are on
Question
6.
Cool.
Yeah.
And it's the first answer there. The mean is less than 10.
Okay.
All
right.
So says textbook section 4.3.2. It has like a diagram thing there, actually.
Oh, perfect.
3.2. Okay.
You can. It's easy to remember this because if it's left-tailed, if it's a left-tailed test, it's pointing to the left. If it's right-tailed, it's pointing to the right. And if it's two-tailed, it's equal. So there's 2 tails.
Okay. So it's less than 10. Got it.
Yeah, and then the next one's
Okay.
going to be greater than 10.
Okay.
Okay. Got it.
All right, so then we're on question 8. So if the p-value, this is what I remember anyways, if the p-value is low, then you reject the null because it rhymes. That was the thing. So, but if it's high, I suppose you keep it. So
then are we looking at the p-value being less than the level of significance?
well, this one's which one rejects it? So you'd want one that was high. No, you're right. I'm an idiot.
Fails
Yeah.
to reject.
Yes, I literally just said that it's low, you reject it. Yep. Okay. So it's been a long day. Which are we looking for? The A, right?
Yeah, the funky looking thing.
Yeah. So we're looking for p-value less than A. The second answer there.
Wait, this okay.
Question 9?
This is question 8, sorry.
Question 8,
Question
yeah.
8. So question 8 is failing to reject the null hypothesis, but then question 9 is rejecting, results in rejecting the null hypothesis.
Oh, so
Yeah, in 4.3.2, you know,
so failing to reject it would be if the p-value was higher than A.
yeah.
So 8. Oh, so I was actually okay. Yeah. Is this making sense to everyone?
Yeah.
Roughly.
Okay, so if I'm correct, question 8 is the first answer and question 9 is the second answer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Cool beans. All right, so an insurance company is reviewing its current policy rates. When originally set up the rates, they believed that the average claim was about $1,500. They are concerned that the true mean is actually higher than this. Okay, so use this information for the next 2 questions. Which of the following would be the appropriate alternative hypothesis HA?
The third one, the average claim amount is greater than 15,000.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. So the null hypothesis would that it's equal to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the first answer. Cool.
All right. The insurance company randomly selects 40 claims and calculates sample mean of $1,650. Use this information to answer questions. The insurance company assumes the distribution of sample means is normal. Is this a good assumption? Yes,
Yeah.
because the population is normal.
Greater than 30, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it is, since the sample size is large, yeah.
Yeah.
So the first answer.
Yep. And then the next one, that's central limit theorem, right?
Yes, because the law of large numbers is the
Is
one that
the-
means it's just going to be closer to the mean the more you get there.
Right.
Mhm. All right. Which is the following statistic as defined in this lesson? That is Z.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had no
Pretty
idea.
sure.
I was like, someone.
I don't know. I just knew it wasn't the top one.
Let's see. Test.
Control F.
Oh, here we go. I have no
It
idea.
is. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Well done, Brian.
Thank you.
Hurrah!
Now, they call it a test statistic, but is this different than a normal z-score like we were using before, or are they just renaming it for this lesson?
Oh yeah,
It looks like a fancier Z.
Okay.
It's just like it's more like the application of it, I guess. What the score actually means to this lesson, and I guess probably for most lessons in the future.
Cool. Who wants to read the next one?
I'll go for it. The historical mean of sales receipts at a grocery store is 150 with a standard deviation of $40. The store manager suspects that the average has decreased. She sets up a hypothesis test with the hypothesis. The null hypothesis is equals 150, and the alternative hypothesis is less than 150. She will use level significance of 0.05. She then takes a simple random sample of 36 sales receipts from her store and computes a sample mean of 144. So what is the z-score?
Okay.
Means my pen is.
How? Well, court has no phone to follow. It's a trap. You know who gave you this? No, I did. Give it to me at a fundraiser a week ago. More operatives will be arriving soon. We need to go. If you leave the belt ready, we'll leave the car. Oh, no fun. Scared of hot water.
So I came up with negative 0.9.
Okay.
And I gotta grab a pen. Hold on a sec. I have a pen. So is this figured out just the same way as all of our other things, or is it special because it's using the other stuff?
It's the same way we figure out the other ones. Just remember to do it's a simple random sample. So when you have to divide the standard deviation by the square root of
Right.
the sample number.
I got 0.9 as well. Negative 0.9.
Me too.
Okay.
As you know, we'll be there.
So then what is the p-value associated with the z-score from the previous question?
Yeah, how do you calculate?
Right now, I'm again with driver. Look, this just gets worse.
Okay.
You could be in trouble. The guy wants to kill you.
So
And so
the p-value,
p-value-
is that when we
Is
put
the
it in the
tails.
probability?
Yeah, because I
Yeah,
think it's
that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
It's the area.
Yep.
Okay.
So p-value is just the area? That's what it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it says. The p-value is the area and the tails beyond plus or minus z in both the left and right tails of the standard normal distribution.
Left and right?
Hmm.
Interesting.
So wait, which ones do we do?
I guess the left and right tails. So not the middle part.
So 0.368?
368. Yeah. Yeah. I'm
That's
pretty
what I
sure.
got.
Yeah.
So it seems about right.
Remember, it says that the p-value is the probability of getting a number,
Outside
getting
of
that number, or something that is as extreme as it. So like on either side of the
Yeah.
Oh, right.
of the dealing.
What now?
Cool. The coolest of beans. Okay. So what inference would you make about the null hypothesis for this problem? Is there a rule where it's like above this or below that we reject or not? Because I know low, like if it's low, but how low? What like defines as low?
If you really want to just take me to
That is a good question. I have no idea.
So the level of significance, so I'm just reading through it right now.
Yeah.
Level of significance is that A symbol right there, which it said in our question above, which is 0.05 is the level of significance. In our textbook, it says here, it's pronounced alpha, that symbol, the A, whatever.
Right.
But if the p-value is less than A, we reject the null hypothesis. So our
Okay.
p-value is 0.36, and our A is, or alpha, I should say, level of significance, is 0.05. So it's larger than. Are you guys following this? So it's larger
Yeah,
than
so
the.
it fails to reject.
Yeah.
So we fail to reject?
Yeah.
Yes.
So all you do is you look at that alpha symbol, the A, and in our case it equals 0.05. And because our p-score is 0.36, it's larger than, so we fail to reject.
Right.
a null.
So who are you supposed to be?
So, and why, like, all right, the next question, it's what is our conclusion for this problem? So, the evidence is, like, insufficient evidence that true population mean is 150, sufficient evidence that the true population mean is 150, insufficient evidence less than, or sufficient evidence less than.
Yeah, it's the third one.
Yeah.
Because that was what she was trying to prove, but she doesn't have the just fifth insufficient evidence. Okay.
Okay.
So number 19. There are two types of errors that can be made when performing a hypothesis test. Which one involves rejecting the null hypothesis when the null hypothesis is actually true?
That's
Type 1, right?
type 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's mine. I looked into your
All right.
earlier today, Congressman. You did what? I noticed your
20?
portfolio up 20%.
A researcher decided that instead of using a level of significance of alpha 0.05, he will use alpha 0.01. Which of the following will be true?
Increased in value by over 600%.
Does anybody know?
So,
I don't.
So that would make it more likely that
very good information.
the p-value is.
Hold on.
That would make it more likely.
Become a call to the SEC.
It would make the
Chose
probability of a
alpha
type 1 error increase because then I'll.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no.
No,
It
I
would be
think
the
it
other way around.
decreases. Yeah, it decreases if you make it smaller, I think.
Yeah.
That's in the technologies,
Yeah.
but they're not trying to tell me.
So if you, yeah, the smaller it is, the less the error.
They were
Is that what type 2
The
is?
error. I don't know.
What is type 2?
You've been leading the
That's
Type
at the,
2
surveillance. Of course I have.
Is,
I
where
realize
is
that
it?
the government can't keep a secret. You look at PRISM and this Northern Lights.
I have no idea.
What do you know about pessimism?
Where does it say it?
It
Type
says
2
right
is
here.
when
It's an alternative.
you think the null hypothesis is
Oh.
true, but it's
Yeah, just put it there.
actually false.
We're almost done.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're a couple of smart guys.
Okay. So
So you understand that everything that happens.
which one is it?
I have no idea.
I think it's the second one because
Yeah.
it doesn't make the probability. It doesn't make the reality increase or decrease because the third one says the probability that the null hypothesis is true will decrease.
Right.
I don't think you can change reality like that with just a number. So I
Right.
think it's probability of type 2 error will increase.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'll take it.
All right. So if alpha equals 0.05, compute the probability of committing a type 1 error.
Isn't it 0.95?
I don't know how to.
I don't know. I'm looking to see if it says anything.
Something about
Yeah,
me
I'm pretty
starting.
sure it's 0.95. Because
Yeah.
as long as it's like the opposite of that, it's going to be a type 1 error.
The reciprocal of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I will submit it, and if it's wrong, I'll tell you.
Cool.
Sorry, guys, I got kicked out again. Something about me being the one who starts this. If I'm not watching the video, after a while, it kind of like puts it on pause. What did we decide for the question 20? Was it the probability of a type 2 error?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That'll increase. That one is correct. Question 21, we got that wrong. And
Okay.
question 16, we got that wrong as well.
Okay.
So we got the p-value one wrong? Interesting.
It's conceivable.
Why would the situation have to be
Bad.
Yeah.
I wonder if it has to do with, if you look at the question, it says the hypothesis test is whether it's equal to or less than. Do you think we use that in
Just
the
do the
applet?
one.
The one or the equal to or less than, right? Like include the middle as well. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna punch in the equal to or less than, and we'll just see what it says.
Okay.
Samaritan.
8116. Oh, gosh. Okay, so I'll try that one. But what do we think for question number 21?
You have to call off the deal with this. That surveillance
I don't know.
program cannot be approved.
What's
What are you, one of those privacy nut jobs? Is that what this is about? With access to the government's surveillance feeds, Decima will be able to acquire any information, any secret it desires, and sell it to the highest bidder. And that would be the United States government, perhaps. But unbridled access will create.
It says this in our textbook. If the alpha value, the probability of committing a type 1 error is very small, so is that it then?
The result will be nothing short of
Is the answer 0.05?
Oh,
I
yeah, I
think
think
because it says
so.
the value of alpha is the probability of committing a type 1 error.
I'll try it. Here, let me submit this. We'll see what it says.
noise dies down. Because the simple truth is that people want to be protected.
Okay, we got, so question 16 still wasn't right. So
Okay.
it's not the middle and the left-hand side, but it is, the answer is 0.05 for the other one.
All right.
Okay. So then 16 is 0.184. If you, because it's just the left side then.
I just have to jump back on this quiz now that I,
Again, maybe I have a little something for myself
Okay.
during the
let's do
process.
it.
All that makes me is good at what I do.
So question 16 was which?
Since we ruled out all the other answers, it is
0.184?
0.184. Mhm.
Ooh.
What do you think Captain Money gave the government a terrorist number? What do you think we used to do for a living? That man's not a terrorist. He's just an opportunistic and corrupt pawn. Doesn't make the threat
So it should be it, right?
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Wait, what did we put down?
sacrificing the life of one.
0.184.
184.
Mhm.
I would worry more than that guy said. Ever since hanging around you guys, I've kind of gotten used to saving people. We've only been able to do that by trusting the machine. And if it's
All right.
let it go.
Cool beans. All right. Good.
Are we good?
meeting y'all. I think so.
Mhm. Okay, cool.
Awesome. Sounds good. Well, I'll post this up as per usual. And good work, everyone.
All right. You
All right.
too.
All right.